Follow along. Follow along and join the fun. For questions 1 through 3, use the figure at the right. Here's my figure. I have two lines that intersect, line L and line M that intersect. They intersect at S. L has R, S, and U attached to it. M has T, S, and V attached to it. That's pretty much all I've got. Nothing special. What is another name for line L? Somebody either put it in the chat or unmute themselves and give me another name for line L. Took too long. There's oh my gosh. There's 6 names that I can give for line L. L has the points R and S and U attached. Okay, so I'm going to put the little line symbol up there. And any of these 2 points attached to L can be my name for line L. So I can call it RS. I can call it SR. I can call it UR. I can call it RU. I can call it US. I can call it SU. And no matter what, that will have to do with line L. So that's one of the 6 possible answers for 1. Name the intersection of lines L and M. This should be very easy. Please put it in the chat or unmute yourself. It's a bit blurry. Was that a quote from The Office? That's better. S and S, says 2 of my friends. Very good. How about that? Better? Better. Name 3 collinear points. There are 2 possible answers to this. Collinear means points that fall on the same line. So give me one of the possible answers to, or question 3, name 3 collinear points. RSU and VST. Those are both correct answers. So RSU in whatever order or VST in whatever order. Okay? Very good, both of you. Very good. Problem 4. This is a pentagonal prism. It is asking you how many planes are shown in the pentagonal prism. Any ideas? Any ideas? Any ideas? Well, let me count them. And I'm sure one of you will pop up in the chat with the answer, with the correct answer. I have, my very front is a pentagon, so that's 1. My very back is a pentagon, so that's 2. And then since pentagon has 5 sides, I have 5 walls around it. So how many planes are shown in the figure? How many? 7, 7, 7. Good job, Gucci gang. Look at that line segment. T is somewhere in between R and S, which means RT plus TS will equal RS. I wonder if that has anything to do with this. Find the length of UW. So that doesn't even have to do with that. Great. So this picture actually has to do with 6. So boy, am I embarrassed. 5 is its own problem. Find the length of UW if W is between U and V. So I'm just going to draw a picture where W is somewhere in between U and V. So there's my W. There's a U. There's a V. Have no clue how accurate this is. UV, this whole thing, is 6.8 centimeters. VW, Volkswagen, is 7.9 centimeters. I know UV. Well, I don't know UV, right? Is that what I'm looking for? Oh, find the length of UW. Okay, so UW is what I need to find. I'll call that X. So the simplest, most simple equation that I can come up with is X plus 7.9 equals 16.8 minus 7.9. And a lot of you might be like, listen, buddy, I knew I had to subtract, and there's no reason for me to have to is that right? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. No, that's not right at all. That's not right at all. That's right. But anyway, some of you might be thinking, I didn't need to write out the equation. You just wasted my time. There's no such thing as wasting time in math. Shame on you. But yeah, you're right. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't call it X. I should call it the length of UW. So how am I going to turn that into a U? W. Awesome. That looks exactly like I didn't make a mistake. Speaking of didn't make a mistake, let's take a look at 6, which has to do with that picture right there. Let me fold this paper over. 6, find the value of X if RS equals 24. All right. Find the value of X. I'm going to adjust my camera one more time. Adjust my camera one more time. There we are. All right. That's not good. Okay. All right. What a waste of time. In class, I usually don't do this. All right, so find the value of X if RS equals 24. RS is the whole thing. Okay, so find the value of X. So if RT plus TS equals RS, and RS is 24, then I can add that guy plus that guy, set it equal to that guy. That guy plus that guy, set it equal to that guy. That should make sense. So I am going to say 6x minus 4 plus 10 equals 24. Look, like terms that combine. 6x, negative 4 plus 10 is 6. That's going to equal 24. And now it is a, two-step equation. Minus 6, cross U out. 6x equals 18. Put in the chat what x is going to equal. Do it before I do it. Good, Lily has it. Divide by 6. Camilla has it too. X equals 3. And is that what I had to find? Just x? Find the value of x. How did x become negative? It wasn't negative. I think you're thinking because I circled it in purple. I circled negative 4 here. It kind of blocked out my plus sign and made it look like a negative, but that was always a plus sign. Silly me. Problem 7. Find the length of LO if M is in between LO. So let me at least draw my picture out. Find the length of LO if M is in between L and O. So I have an L and an O. Lo and behold, this problem. And M is somewhere in between it. LM is 7x minus 9. MO is 14. And LO is 10x minus 7. I am a silly goose. So it looks like LM plus MO is going to equal LO. So I'm going to set that up. LM plus MO equals LO. LO, LO, A, me and my umbrella. LO, LO, A. Don't sue me, Rihanna. Fun fact, I don't like Rihanna. All right, so anyway, we have another problem, this problem to finish. I have like terms that I can combine. 7x plus 5 equals 10x minus 7. So let me just move that up so you can see the important part, which is the math. At this stage, you should be good, but make sure you're watching just in case you're not. Subtract 7x, subtract 7x, cross you out. I'm going to bring down that 5 equals 3x minus 7. If you know what x is, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Lily has it, and I agree with Lily. 12 equals 3x. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X is 4. Now I'm gonna let that marinate for a second, just so you could see it. All the while turning this over. What were we supposed to do? This was problem 7. Find the length of LO. So what I'm supposed to do is find the length of LO. It's great that I found X, but LO is 10x minus 7. So if I wanted to find the measurement of LO, I'm going to do 10 times 4 minus 7 and drop your answer in the chat. Oh, very good. Athena already beat me to it, which is 33. Very good. So LO is 33. Do I have inches? Do I have inches? Do I have yards? Do I have feet? Do I have inches? So my answer is 33 inches. Good job, squad. Good job, squad. Hashtag squad. Find the value of X if PQ and RS are congruent. That symbol means congruent to each other. If we've never written that symbol down before, I'm sure we have like once or twice. That means congruent. So PQ and RS are congruent. There's PQ and there's RS. So all we have to do is just set them equal to each other. 9x minus 7 equals 29. I'm going to give myself an opportunity to stretch my tired muscles. Ooh, and see if anybody can come up with X before I do. Ugh. Cracking my neck. Stretching my muscles. I think Santi's right. Let's find out if Santi's right. Santi said 4. So if I add 7, 9x is going to equal 36. And if I divide 9, and that's all I had to do here was find x. And I did. Seems almost too easy compared to the last couple problems. Which of the following is not an undefined term in geometry? Undefined. What do they mean by undefined term? Maybe I should look at this. My guess is bisector, but let's just see what they mean by undefined term. Undefined term geometry. Typing in Google. In geometry, formal definitions are formed using the word defined words or terms. There are 3 words in geometry that are formally defined. These words are point, line, and plane. Okay, thank you so much, Google, for helping us out there. What's my score? 100, baby. Good job, Mr. Perich. I got 100%, except for that last one I should have gotten wrong because I cheated. This covered the first 2 sections, as you can see quite clearly right there because I'm pointing at it. This part is going to cover sections 3 and 4. Okay? I'm going to keep that 100%. Oh, wait a minute. Did I put the score in the wrong spot? I did. Oh, well, I'm sure I'll get all these right too. And if I don't, then I quit. What did I do with my scrap paper? There it is. Problem 1. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of A, B, if A is that and B is that. The midpoint formula is literally the average. You don't really need to go crazy finding or writing down the formula if you use just mostly common sense more than anything. But we're going to use the formula because why not? It's literally the average of the x values, so 2 plus 6 divided by 2, and the average of the y values, so 5 plus 9 divided by 2. Let me write it out anyway. This is the formula for midpoint. And I'm writing it out anyway, just in case for some reason in the near future we see a problem that's much, 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 much worse, even though I don't think we will, but you never know. If I call you x sub 1 and I call you y sub 1 and I call you x sub 2 and I call you y sub 2, I could throw those into the midpoint formula, which is x sub 1, which is 2, plus x sub 2, which is 6, divided by 2, comma, y sub 1, which is 5, plus y sub 2, which is 9, all divided by 2. 2 plus, by the way, if anybody wants to work ahead and write out their answer in a point form, that's fine. 2 plus 6 is 8. 5 plus 9 is 14. That gives me the coordinate of Santiago, the point 47, which, bruh, I agree. Big shout out to everybody who was using the British version of that word and calling me bruv the other day. We did like 2 or 3 of these types of problems, and these types of problems were not fun at all. So, you know, if it shows up on the test, it shows up on the test, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I honestly don't remember. I made the test last week. But find the coordinates of D if E is the midpoint. So we're going backwards here. The formula, again, is the average, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, comma, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2, comma, parentheses. Oh, it tells you that E is the midpoint. So you're the midpoint. You're my M. C is one of the endpoints, so I'm going to label you x sub 1, y sub 1. So now I'm going to plug in what I know into my midpoint formula. My midpoint is 0, 1. That equals x sub 1, which is negative 3, plus x sub 2, which is what I need to find, all divided by 2. Comma. Y sub 1, which is 4, plus y sub 2, which is what I need to find, all over 2. So I need to find two things. I need to find the x value and I need to find the y value. The way I find the x value is I focus on the x value. I say the x part is 0, and the x part is going to equal -3 plus x sub 2 over 2. I multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the 2 on the bottom there. So 2 times 0 is 0 equals -3 plus x sub 2. And if I add 3 to both sides, x sub 2 is going to equal 3. So again, the way I found out the x part is I focused on the x parts only. I said the x value equals the x value stuff. Now the way I find the y value part is I'm going to focus on the y parts only. 1 is my y value. That's going to equal 4 plus y sub 2 over 2. And I'm going to start the problem the same way that I started the one on the left side. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the 2 down there. Multiply both sides by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. That leaves me with 4 plus y sub 2. Subtract 4 from both sides. 2 minus 4 is -2. So my point, my end point that I'm missing is going to be the point 3 from that, -2 from that. It's a problem that we did maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the course of this chapter. Not a ton, but we've done it 2 or 3 times. So if you're like, oh boy, I'm really not really sure about that, it's either from section 1-3 or 1-4. And since we took a mid-chapter quiz, we probably did a review on that, and you can probably find that in there, a video of that in there. 3 and 4. Name a point in the exterior of our TS. All right, so here's my picture. I'm not sure if I really need that paper yet. I'll hold on to it. I'll move it over there. Name a point in the exterior of RTS. RTS is this guy. RTS. The exterior is any part in the non-acute area. So the exterior is going to live anywhere in this area out here. So I can choose U, I can choose V, and that's it. Find the measure of TSU. So where's TSU? TSU, find that if the measure of angle USV equals 4y plus 11, and oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, and the measure of angle USV is 6y plus 5. USV, where's US? Wait a minute. Oh, TSU. Oh, okay. So, I didn't even read the whole problem. TSU, SU cuts these guys in half. Okay, which means these two guys are equal. Okay, so red and blue equal each other. TSU is 4y plus 11. And USV is 6y plus 5. So those guys equal each other out. So I can write out 4y plus 11 equals 6y plus 5. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a 30-second head start. Let's see how much time is left while I'm doing that. 12 minutes. Okay, so I see two answers up there. Let's see if that's what I got. Let's subtract 4y, subtract 4y, cross u out. I now have 11 equals 2y plus 5. I'm going to subtract 5. I'm going to subtract 5, cross u out. 4, 6 equals 2y. I'm going to divide by 2. I'm going to divide by 2. Y does equal 3. So my three little angels who put their answers up there are good. The thing is, though, I'm not trying to find Y in the end. According to what I'm doing here, I have to find TSU. So TSU was 4Y plus 11. So I'll give you a 10-second head start. If TSU is 4Y plus 11, then what's the angle measure of TSU? Santi is right. So since it asked me to find the measure of angle TSU, TSU was 4y plus 11, y was 3. I plugged 3 into y. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 11 is 23. And we're going to test the degree symbol because it's an angle measure. Everybody's favorite to end the day. Find the distance between A and B. I need the distance formula. D equals the big square root of y. D equals the big square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. I'm going to call this point x sub 1, y sub 1. I'm going to call this point x sub 2, y sub 2. I'm just going to plug it in. D equals parentheses x sub 2, which I called 4. I need my big square root. X sub 2, which I called 4, minus x sub 1, which I called negative 2, so I have a double negative living in there. I'll deal with that in a second. Squared. Plus y sub 2, which I called negative 3, minus y sub 1, which I called 1, close parentheses, squared. Double negative makes a positive. So my distance is the big square root of 4 plus 2, which is 6 squared, plus negative 3 minus 1, which is negative 4 squared. Six squared is 36. Negative 4 in parentheses squared is 16. $52. Boy, am I off today. I know what you're thinking. I'm so glad that we're done. Oh, but we're not. Plug it into your Siri device? Plug it into your calculator? No! Make a factor tree. Make a factor tree. I could do 2 and 26. I could do 2 and 13. And then Athena has the answer up there, and it's correct. My distance is going to be the square root of 2 times 13. Bring out a pair of 2's, and that's all we can bring out. And you have 2 times the square root of 13, which is what Athena said. And that's what we got. Okay? So Another good job done by us. Another 100 done by me.